Are you ready to buy your Oregon lake house? Well, if so, this house might be the one for you. So this house is very unique in the fact that it has the primary bedroom on the main level. We're over 4,500 square feet. There's plenty of room for friends, family, but even though the house is larger, it's very comfortable for day-to-day life. So you'll get to see what I'm talking about here is right as you walk in. We've got nice big living room. And then as you head towards the main living area, we have a formal dining room. I know I'm itching to show you what's outside of those windows there. But right as we go through, one thing that's neat is that the owner of this home was the one that built this home. So there's a lot of custom features in here, such as adding French doors between what I would call the family room and the living room area. So if you have guests over, if you've got friends and family over, it's really easy to separate those spaces. And we walk in, we've got a chef's kitchen here. We've got double ovens, granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, gas range, pretty much everything you could ask for in a chef's kitchen. But the main thing I want to show you is the beautiful lake. This is the view from the kitchen sink. Let's see if I can get the sink in there. Now, I could definitely see myself doing some dishes from that spot. And this house really, it doesn't have a lot of excess spaces. When I talk about excess, I mean spaces that you go, what would I do with that? I think pretty much every room in this house, I absolutely see a purpose for. We've got the family room here. You got a wood burning fireplace. They did this really cool built-in to be able to store all your firewood so you can bring it in from outside. And I'm gonna show you one of my favorite features as we step out onto the back porch here. So right as you go through the top deck on the back porch, you can easily see that you've got beautiful lake views. We just had 4 days of almost record rain here in Oregon, so that's why the lake is a little bit dirtier right now. Normally it is either a really beautiful bluish green. It's actually a water ski lake. So if you're into water skiing, you can use it for some other purposes, but primarily it is not actually public. It is a private lake that this owner, the neighbor, and anyone that's a member of the water ski club gets to participate and gets to use. So on this back deck, I'll get to one of my favorite features. What they did is they've got a garage door here. So this is on the back of the 3-car garage and it opens out into this living space that they have. Let's see if I didn't unlock the door. I'll show you it from a different angle. But they do have off of the deck, they've got a yard up here, which would be plenty of room for some bocce ball, yard games. And this property was listed before, it's 5 acres, but on the previous listing, none of the agents had actually walked the property. So on all the other listings, people were looking at this house and this property of saying, well, shoot, it's on a really steep hill, as you can see from the deck. Yes, there is a hill here going down to the lake. However, a bunch of the acreage actually is extremely usable. They just didn't clear out any of the trails. So if you come and see the property now, it should be almost a completely different experience of touring this property because you're actually going to be able to walk the acreage and see all of what this property has to offer. So this is out of the main dining room, which is just off the kitchen. Beautiful windows, tons of windows in this house, tons of light, but I'm going to show you that spot where the garage door was locked. They do also have a full bathroom up here for guests and a half bath on the main level. And now we're stepping into the 3-car garage. Obviously, hey, we're moving, we got some boxes, we're ready to go. Right on, but let's go to the back of the garage and I will show you. Let's open up this door. Check this out. So getting that door open, I got it almost all the way open, but getting that open, it opens right out onto the deck. I can totally see somebody setting up a pool table, ping pong table. You got all your buffet, you got your snacks and everything, and guests don't have to go inside. You're able to just have them have the party in the garage, hang out in the backyard, hang out on the deck. They don't have to be inside the home. I think that's awesome, especially now that I have a kiddo of going, all right, where can we have all the kid and all of them play where they're not just running through the house all the time. So I think that was a really good feature if you're thinking of doing some upgrades on your home. I think that rear garage door is a really good bang for the buck just because it makes the space so much more usable. All right, as we're walking back through the main living room area here, again, beautiful windows, views of the lake. This space right here, they have as an office. So the current owner is using it as an office space. I probably would add a wall, just do some sheetrock here in between, let me see if I can get it, this wall and this one here. And then this would be completely enclosed, and it could either be another bedroom or it would be an enclosed office. I know I'm on my phone quite a bit when I'm working. I know I'm a little bit loud talker, so probably would need those walls to be added, but definitely has the space to be able to do it, no problem. So for perspective, this is a queen size bed. They've got end tables, they've got chairs, you can easily fit a couch. They've got TV mounts, gas fireplace. This is a pretty awesome primary suite, and this primary suite also has its own deck. So fully its own deck, views of the lake, really beautiful spot to be waking up in the morning. And what is cool is they actually had that gas fireplace go all the way through to the bathroom. So on the bathroom here, you can see we've got a full sit-in tub. Again, beautiful views over the lake. We've got the gas fireplace. And then this is one of the coolest showers I've seen in quite some time. We definitely have what I would consider to be that 2-butt shower. Plenty of room in here. I probably would add a door to that just because I get a little chilly and I like to be able to steam, but it'd be really easy because that space is not huge. We've got some extra storage. They do have, finally, we've got the toilet with its own room. That's not common all the time in these big homes. It's an odd thing to me. Sometimes they have that toilet space be open to the rest of the bathroom. Not the case here. We've got a big walk-in closet. And let's go ahead and start to head downstairs. Oh, there's one thing I did want to show from the primary bathroom here. Let's see if we can see it. I'll have to focus the camera outside. But there is a walking trail right there that starts to go off into the acreage. Now, for the acreage from right here, doesn't look like it's very usable, but we're gonna get to a spot later in the video where I'll show you exactly how usable this whole property is. I think there's plenty of room if you're into archery, if you like to ride motorcycles or four-wheelers, or you just want peace out in the country. I think this property could offer all that. So as we go downstairs, of course, any house over $1 million, we've got to have a spot to be able to take prom and homecoming photos. That's going to be the spot. Definitely has that if you're not doing it out on the deck. And we're to the downstairs. So the downstairs, because the house is built on a hill, is one really long hallway, and there's a bunch of rooms off to the side. This room right here that has previously been used as a gym. It was also a ballet room when their daughter was younger. They had a bunch of mirrors hung on the wall in here, and you've got plenty of glass, so there's lots of light that gets brought into this room. If you're working out in here, you should definitely not be getting claustrophobic. This room is probably 24 by 24. It's pretty darn big. It also has its own deck, again, which overlooks the lake. It'd be a beautiful spot to be able to come and get some fresh air. Just did a hard workout, come out here and get your coffee. I would definitely probably put a Keurig down here or espresso machine to be able to get that going right after the workout. But let's head down the hallway a little bit farther, and we're gonna get to some of the spare bedrooms. So the house is listed as a 3-bedroom home. However, in no way, shape, or form do I feel that this house is actually a 3-bedroom home. It could very easily be a 5-bedroom home, if not 6. So this door, we're gonna come out of that door that actually goes to a bathroom, but that bathroom is shared with the downstairs primary bedroom. So that bed, for record, is a queen size bed. We've got some really nice large windows again out of this room, and how the house is placed, it just really is set up perfectly for having views of every single space in the house, having views out on the lake, getting tons of sunlight, and they have no shortage of decks out here. So right when we step out, we've got another deck out of that bedroom. One thing that I think could be an upgrade on this property when somebody buys it would be probably improving this path that comes down here. I do think that path is a little bit steep for, let's say, grandma and grandpa to come down. They would probably want to be upstairs in one of the bedrooms. But down here, I think you definitely could easily put kind of an S path going up the hill. I think it's be pretty easy to be able to get access down here without too much of a problem at all. So off of this primary downstairs, we've got a nice big walk-in closet. We do have a nice single sink vanity. Let me see, you're gonna see my tripod there. There we go. And then has a full standing shower, tub, its own toilet room. But what is unique about this bathroom is it passes through to another space where someone, if they're staying over or staying in other bedrooms, they can easily get access to this second sink, the shower, and the toilet room. And then that bedroom has its own dedicated sink and space to be able to get ready. So I think if you got high schoolers and people kind of want their space, I think that room and setup definitely makes a ton of sense. So right now we're heading down the opposite direction in the hallway, and we're gonna enter into the laundry room. Now, this laundry room, I would say, is easily as big as the one that I just had in that $2.8 million listing over in Astoria. This laundry room is huge. We've got a dog wash station, we've got a sink, again, obviously washer dryer, but again, beautiful views of the lake. Really, I think they laid this house out pretty darn well. I can't really think of much they could be doing better on it. And then at the very end of the hallway, we've got this huge bonus room space. So this space, I would be really tempted to either change into like a movie room and just have it dedicated and set up for that. I would really be tempted to turn it into another ensuite because you have so much room to be able to fit the bedroom basically could be, let me see, from here all the way over, and then right behind, as you see here, that could easily fit a full bathroom. And then that goes around and meets us right here, and this would easily be walk-in closet. You even have more space over here because there is a closet in this room. So this is just a massive room. I also think that it would be really easy to add a little porch to this and some stairs going down, because remember that bathroom that we were at upstairs? It was looking over on that walking trail, which is right there. You could easily put a deck out here, have some stairs going down, and have another way to access the property and also access the lake. So I think that's a really cool space. I think downstairs, plenty of room for expansion, but also day-to-day life, you really just need to be on the main level. You've already got the kitchen, you've got the primary, you've got your living rooms, you got your 3-car garage, all that's on the main level. Does also have a gas fireplace in this living room. I don't think we peeked at that before. And with gas fireplace, that means you can have kind of gas everything because the gas is already here. So if you want to connect a gas barbecue outside, that's going to be super easy. This is the view from the living room. Absolutely beautiful. And that pretty much wraps up our interior tour. Let's go ahead and head outside. If you're looking for acreage, definitely stay tuned in this video because I'm going to be getting out there and showing you some of the trails on the property. But let me get out here on the driveway and show just how much room we've really got here, because you do drive down into this house or into the property, but it's got a really big driveway space. And for perspective, we've got a full-size Duramax plus 2 other cars parked there, and you can easily get more cars by. So out in front of the garage, you could easily park probably 12 cars without an issue, and that's outside of the garage. Inside the garage, you can fit another 3. But one thing we're gonna look at on the very other end of the property, that area has a really good spot to be able to put a trailer, to be able to put a shop. If you're looking for that outdoor workspace, there's a great spot for it. I probably wouldn't want to take an RV down into this area just because it is a little bit tighter for like a 30 or 40 foot RV. But we're gonna get to that. Stay tuned. I'll catch you on the next clip. Here we go. All right, I made the walk up the driveway from the house, and now we are to the fun part. We are at the forested area. This is what you're really looking for. The property is on 5 acres. Really, you're buying rural property, you're looking at homes. There's plenty of homes listed at that square footage, but not that are on enough acreage. So this property had been listed before, and I think one of the things that the previous agents kind of missed over was applying exactly how usable the property actually was. These roads were not cleared out, and closer to the house, the hill is definitely steeper, but the farther away you get from the home, the flatter the land actually gets. So we went through, we're actually building some trails here. That's probably the toughest one to be able to access. But when we go down to the lake at the end of this clip, you're gonna see where this trail comes out. So there's a trail right here, beautiful walking trail. It's gonna take us down to the side of the house and down to the lake. So you can access this forested area from a couple different angles. Now we're gonna take a walk down here because we did some really cool clearing out, and there's actually a space to be able to put, whether it's a yoga studio or a shop, a large garage. And what's really cool about it is that it has its own entrance. So if you've got buddies coming over, you want to have other people that you don't necessarily want to have in your house or even know where your house is, they could easily be able to access the shop, be able to access that building or that space if you wanted. Here, we'll take a look at one of the other trails. And these trails are super walkable. I would say anybody that can do 2 or 3 stairs is going to be able to walk any of these. This road right here actually goes down to the lake as well, and there's some more walking trails off to the side. For reference, I am a bike rider. I've got one of those Surons, the electric bikes. I rode around on these trails for probably took me 7 to 10 minutes at least to actually ride all the trails and get all the way around. So you might be thinking, hey, is 5 acres enough? There's another trail that we put in. Is 5 acres enough? It definitely is. I would have a blast if I was living here. I think that it's really easy to put more trails in, because if you look with the ferns, there's not really that much you have to go through and not that much you have to cut. So I've got about another 100 feet of walking here. I'm gonna catch my breath and I'll sign back in as soon as I'm to the spot where the shop needs to go. We've come all the way from the house. We came up this road and now we are at the spot where there is a second access to this property and plenty of room to be able to put a shop. So this road right here actually goes all the way up to the main road, and that's where that second access is. But I'll show you behind me here. This is an area that we cleared out, and this was not cleared out before. So there is a huge space, and all these trees right in here, those could really easily come out. We just had to pick a line of when we were gonna stop when it came to the landscaping and brush clearing. I think this was a good spot. I think with another couple hours, you could easily get some of this brush cleared out, and you would probably have a 75 foot by 100 foot clear section back here. So whether you're looking to do bonfires with the family, have that yoga studio, have a shop, I think this would really be that good location for it. And you can see towards the back, it actually does open up. Here, we'll do a little bit video around. This is just, it's a huge space, and it's really easy to access from the road. I think it makes a ton of sense. There was a little walking trail that we put in here. I'll show you that. And now I'm at the top of that trail. So again, you can see we were just down here below. We came up this road, and this road continues to go up the hill. We've got another corner here, and then the main access off of Eberly, let me get around the corner so you can see it, is right there. And there might be a car driving by. Let's get lucky. We'll see. There you go. So now you can see exactly where that is. You could certainly easily, with the road as it is, get a trailer down here. That's probably up to about 16 feet long. I'd say anything longer than that, we had to clear it out a little bit wider to get that down here. But the actual spot where the shop would go, or where that studio would go, is super private. I would have zero concerns with the kiddos playing down there. I don't think anybody from the road is gonna see them. Let me walk back down. I'll show you a few more of those trails. So we are on probably what my favorite trail on the entire property is. It's got some really cool curves. Every time I ride this, either on the bike or when I'm walking it, I think it would just be an awesome running trail. As you can see, it's all cleared out. There's no crazy roots. It's not super muddy. It's obviously really private. So if you're a runner, if you like to do activities outside, or just for property maintenance, I think these trails now are gonna make the property a lot more accessible, a lot more usable. Here, I'll show you. There you go. You can see kind of that trail that I'm walking on. And here, I'll turn the camera around in front so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm about halfway down the property right now. We've got a pretty big intersection of where about 3 to 4 trails come together in one spot. One of them that continues down the hill takes you down to the lowest of the property lines, which you actually have a really nice creek view from there. And then there's a trail that goes back up, which would take us back to that main road that we were walking on from the house. But we are almost ready to get to my absolute favorite spot on these outside trails. I think if you like bikes, if you like jumping stuff, it'd be cool. If you just love how trees are placed on a trail, I think you're gonna like this too. Check it out. All right, we just went through it. So that trail goes right between those 2 trees there. I don't know, it's just a super cool spot. I like it. The more time you start to spend out at these listings, the more you start to fall in love with the property. If I was riding bikes here or playing with the kids, I think that would be, they're gonna love running up and down that hill. So this is that road that I pointed to earlier, which comes down, and that actually goes down to the lake. As we get down here, so the lake is actually part of a water ski club and is private, so you don't have a bunch of public users actually using that. The downside is that if you purchase the property, I do recommend that you'll want to be a member of that water ski club, so you're able to access the lake and be able to use that as you please. So I'm gonna keep walking down towards the lake. I'll check back in as soon as I get down there. All right, so I am almost down to the lake, and man, there is so much wildlife on this property. We saw those deer tracks in the video before, and they are clearly coming down here. If you can hear the geese, there's a bunch of geese that just landed in the lake, so now we have a little bit of ambiance in the video in the background, but this lake has a path all the way around it. Talking with the neighbor, it did sound like if you're a member of the water ski club and if you're friends with the neighbor, then there's not really a problem with being able to use that, being able to go on some walks. So if you really like this property, let me know. If you want to list your home and you want similar type of marketing done on it, I would be happy to tell the story of your home. Thank you for watching the story today.